You fucking piece of shit.
What are your orders, sir? The crowds almost have us zeroed in! Shut up! Just shut up! I need to think about this!
I was actually gonna play Big Red 1 before I played COD 2, but I have no idea how to get it to not run like shit on my emulator. Yes, I said the evil E word, and no, I'm not going through the hassle of getting all the proper shit to record on a fucking PlayStation 2. That is, unless, of course, you want to see a 15-20 minute long video that looks like this. Yeah, didn't think so. Also, a fair warning, I actually like this game. Yeah, I actually like a Call of Duty game, let alone an Infinity Ward COD. I think the world's gonna end.
Officials say the death toll will continue to rise as rescuers search through the rubble.
Oh, wait. Call of Duty 2 was released back in 2005, and goddamn, it quite holds up even to this day. Almost.
Let us see how good your aim is. Aim for one of those two teddy bears. Good, now fire at the other one.
Hell, fuck no, I don't want no commie controls. For some stupid ass reason, melee is bound to shift by default. If you ever see me randomly bash at nothing during this video, well, that's just me instinctively pressing left shift to sprint. And let me tell you, not having the ability to sprint is a real shit sucker in the later levels. First level is really nothing to write home about, especially that fucking pippish gun. Like in Finest Hour, that gun is really only effective if you make a German deep-throat it. Honestly, this level is probably one of the more better, rememberable moments in, honestly, all of Call of Duty. Especially during midway into the level where you charge at the Nazis in the building. This is the first level where you're introduced to the MG42s. And thank fucking God, the MG42s are nowhere near as bad as they were in Finest Hour. In COD 2, MG42s deal less damage and are way less accurate than in Finest Hour. You also have smoke grenades, which certainly do come in handy, and should not be underestimated. This level is quite linear, as all you're doing is following a wire all throughout the level. Later on, I suggest swapping out that shitty pipe gun with the German weapon or the PPS-42. It has lower recoil and more accurate, and you can actually hit shit with it. When you get to the first tank, I recommend smoking the area, planting the bomb when the tank is not moving, camp in the corner behind the barrel, and hope to God the Germans don't play patty cake with you. Second tank is much easier as there's more cover and those Germans aren't zerg rushing your pylons. The second tank is much easier as there's more cover and the Germans aren't zerg rushing your pylons. Third tank is simple, drop a smoke, plant a bomb, level ends. Okay, maybe you need to land on the ledge. Okay, never mind. When you get to the part that has the ledge down in the ground, take a left. Then when you get to the big opening in the pipe, turn around and go left at the writing on the wall. This game doesn't have a map and the radar compass thingy doesn't really show you shit. When you get into the area where the other Russians are, grab a PPSH. This is actually one of the very few times where this Soviet autism machine can actually come in handy. Your first bit of action is taking over a station house. Once you've taken it over, you have to defend it. Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. After a while, a tank will roll up. Same tactics apply here. Drop a smoke, plant a bomb. After destroying the tank, the level will open up with 2 new objectives that you can complete out of order. This marks the beginning where the levels from here on after will open up and have a surprisingly amount of ways to approach an objective or area. This is more common in the later levels, however. The remaining Russian levels are relatively linear. Uh-oh, there's a tank. Guess I'll drop a smoke and then plant a bomb. After that, you must use the MG42 to kill all the Germans! Then another goddamn metal fat ass rolls up. This, however, is quite difficult. The tank moves and there's a good number of Germans that can flank you. City Hall is ridiculously short. Nevertheless, this is also one of the levels where you really wish sprinting was an option. This level starts linear with grenade-chucking, dick-sucking fucking Germans. Near the end of the level is an MG nest before the City Hall. If at any point you come across an MG nest or a hard section of a particular level, just chuck a smoke grenade. And honestly, I am actually quite surprised that smoke grenades actually work. They're actually useful. This is very similar to that one level in Finest Hour where you're defending the factory. Except there is actually a level of danger here, as the Germans can sneak up behind you for a booty call. Level 8 is the beginning of the British campaign. In the British campaign, for whatever reason, is the longest campaign by far. 12 levels, in fact. This level starts out with a trench raid with one of the best rifles in the game, the Lee Enfield, and a Tommy gun. The Thompson is good, but the recoil is insane. Once you get into the first bunker, you're going to want to increase your FOV. Unfortunately, I found no way to permanently increase the FOV. The FOV resets every time you respawn or change a level. Maybe you'll find something else, but beware, for certain levels later on, you're going to be doing this shit a lot. About halfway in, you'll go into a refueling station or whatever the fuck it is and commit vandalism there. One part of it is kind of bullshit, is you have to plant a bomb on the first set of boxes, and you have a whole horde of Germans ready for them German Goo Girl scenes. If you thought the end of level 8 had nothing for cover, well, welcome to level 9, bitch. You're gonna be proning in the trenches or running an entire football field all the way back to the city to find proper cover. There's also the flank cannons you control, but, yeah. I don't know what happened there. I guess my character decided life wasn't worth living. Half of the level is you camping on a tower to call in artillery strikes on tanks. This is also one of the very few levels where the binoculars actually have a fucking purpose. And the last two tanks like being little cheeky fuckers by moving around a lot. Thankfully, I got both of them at the same time. Dumb shits. Level 10 is similar to level 8, involving bunker clearing and trenches, but you're smack dab in the middle of a desert. But hey, at least you have a scoped Lee Enfield. Not that I'm complaining. It's alright. Level 12 is the first out of 2 tank missions in the entire game. Truth be told, these 2 levels are nowhere near as good as the tank missions in Finest Hour. The tanks here feel floaty and kinda slippery. Your coaxial machine gun automatically fires rather than you having control over it, and you cannot zoom. Yeah, you cannot zoom at all, and given the level's big-ass desert area and how small the tanks are, good luck hitting literally anything unless you want to give gentle love taps to the panzers. This is the second of the tanks. I also forgot to mention that your health regeneration in the tanks is extremely slow. And given how many tanks are willing to show you the glorious armor penetrators, you're going to have to move constantly to avoid getting hit. But good luck hitting anything while moving because your crosshair's so fucking big and you can't zoom in. Thankfully, both of these levels are pretty short, and if these tanks are anything to go by these levels, I'm actually glad there's only 2 of them. Level 14 is a turret section for the most part. However, look out for the Panzer Shreks, as all it takes is just simply one rocket to end your ass. At the end, you get yeeted off with the clown car and have to go on foot. Be careful here, as there's a group of Germans that like to come up behind you. However, for the rest of the level is piss-ass easy. This is where the British campaign starts to drag on its feet. Most of the urban level deserts, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, always starts with you getting ambushed. This level is tightly packed and has corners up the fucking wazoo, especially the part with the tanks. Wow, seriously, that's it? That's a counterattack? Hey, he kinda looks like the leprechaun from Lucky Charms! Fuck this level. It's about time you're finally out of the goddamn desert. And oh look, it's like that one piece from that one level from Brothers in Arms. If anyone remembers that franchise. Can't be the only one. Here you have access to the Sten gun, and out of all of the submachine guns in the game, the Sten gun is probably the best, as the recoil doesn't send your aim off to the fucking moon. Overall, this level is quite similar to level 15 and all the other desert urban areas with wider areas and lots of fucking buildings to clear out. This one is very easy to review, similar to the last one, except more linear. This shit right here really made me want to kick small puppies. Imagine all of the worst aspects of level 17 and 18 and multiply it by 5. Oh, and make it night as well. Make sure to get any automatic weapons you find and take advantage of every piece of cover, because the enemies will gladly spawn right out of your ass and is more than happy to spam grenades. I mean, you know how World at War was infamous for grenade spam on Veteran? I'm just saying, more things change, more things stay the same. Last British level isn't as bullshitty as 19, at least until the part where you have to defend the house. It is so fucking easy to get overwhelmed here, as all the enemies have like 47 different ways of getting into the house, and the friendly troops don't know how to use the goddamn machine guns. At the end, you have to destroy a tank. Simply go to the far left area, hug that wall, and cross the wooden broken gate thingy, whatever. From here, you know what to do. Pop a smoke, drop a bomb, win. First level of the American campaign. The beginning plagiarizes Saving Private Ryan again, just like in Finest Hour.
Men on the beaches are counting on us to take out the coastal guns on those cliffs. Move fast, get topside, and get the job done.
Then you have to go into a small French village, again similar to that one level in Brothers in Arms. And yes, I'll get to Brothers in Arms, don't you worry. Then go all the way to the edge of the cliff again. This level is literally fucking back and forth, just back and fucking forth. This level is literally the exact same as level 21, except you're defending the town and the cliff area again. For a long ass time, with hardly any ammo to save your ass with. This is the American version of level 19, except not as bad, and you get a scoped Springfield. The ending of the level is quite cathartic. I get easy satisfaction from anything that allows me to one-shot kill Germans with minimal effort. This level is kind of bullshit with the amount of buildings and the anthill of enemies inside of them. Surprisingly, this level is relatively open and there are certain areas where you can go off the beaten path to flank enemies. There's also this one area in the middle where Germans will spawn out of Joe Biden's basement. So right when the doors open, just chuck a grenade and watch all of them ragdoll. This is one of my favorite levels in the entire game, but it is certainly hard. I mean, this shit reminds me of Alvin York shit. You know, shit with machine guns on the hill and whatnot. You know, that one song by Sabaton? Nevertheless, this level is quite difficult, and it's mostly due to the extreme lack of cover, especially with the second bunker. Yeah, real big brain move, putting all the goddamn Nazis on the entire left side of the fucking place you have to run up to with no goddamn cover. At the end of the level involves you storming Hill 400. Simply just spam smoke everywhere and boom, easy win. Now you have to defend Hill 400. This part is quite fucking long and really fucking hard, and all these goddamn smoke grenades make you feel like you're in a head shop, and the ridiculous amount of Zerg rushes the enemies do make me want to spread COVID to old people. The only real cover you have here are the potholes and the entrance to the bunker, but good luck with the fucking grenade spam. As the final level, it is quite underwhelming, unfortunately. This level really doesn't kick in until after the first flak cannon, and I swear all these fucking roads and alleyways are gonna make you wanna scream. Keep in mind, I've been playing on hardened difficulty all this time, and I could only imagine just how ass-blastingly hard it is on veteran. At the end, you have to deal with 2 fucking tanks at the same time, with God knows how many Germans there are. First tank is harder to deal with as the only cover you have are the tiny ass walls in the courtyard. Second tank is easier as it fucks off somewhere else and there's actually cover to hide behind with, and then the game just ends. No big charge, no last battle, no standing your ground, not anything like that. Just ends. Overall, there are a few levels in the game that are just simply quite ass, and the ending is far more than lacking. Nevertheless, COD 2 is pretty goddamn good. It's also really eye-opening how a game from 2005 can look this goddamn good even by today's standards. Replaying this, along with Black Ops 2, is certainly one of my favorite Call of Duty games of all time. I'm going to be one of those people, but I really do not like Infinity Ward's CODs. In my opinion, Treyarch makes better CODs. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you. It's just quite depressing to see how far Call of Duty and Infinity Ward have been slipping until they actually got their shit together finally. I won't be the first person to say it, but I really don't hate COD as much as other people do. It's just that COD for the longest time has been lackluster and been complacent with the amount of effort goes into the games. And replaying this game again really shows. I mean, just imagine how great COD games would be if there was this much effort into it. I give this game a 2 out of 10. You get it? You see what I did there?